Have you ever heard about the ghost of Old Main?
Was many years ago. I was doing research for a book on haunted Berks County, my first book. I'm from Reading area, and I would go to the places that uh, supposedly had ghosts, haunting activity, paranormal activity. And over the course of asking people in Kutztown, for example, I would literally go to stop people on the street who looked like they might have half a brain and ask them, you know any ghost stories in Kutztown? They say, yeah, the old train station, I think. And then, well, Mary up at the university at where that time at the college. I said, okay. So there was the first inkling I had of it. And because it's a public institution, it would be good copy because people could actually go there and look at Old Main and imagine what must be going on there in the paranormal realm. So I sought that out fairly early on because it was a good site and good source of a ghost story.
How many among those who have spent their college years at Kutztown University have not heard of Mary?
Have you ever heard about the ghost of Old Main?
Yes, I have.
What have you heard about it?
Well, that there's a ghost up there, and that like some film crew came a couple years ago to survey it. It was on TV for an episode, and then it was just lots of spooky things like lights flickering, footsteps, laughter in the hallways, and it's all on like the fourth floor or something.
But there was something about this particular doorway that felt different than the rest of them did.
Like a different energy, perhaps.
Like a different energy,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's why I returned to this room while he was down at the end of the hallway here and tried to knock on it or tried to jiggle the door, and there was something weird, wasn't it? There was something down there, wasn't it?
Sounds like something.
Some click.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard about the ghost of Old Main?
I have, in fact, heard about the ghost of Old Main.
Exactly have you heard?
I've heard that it is a ghost of a student that killed themselves when they were living in the third floor of Old Main, and one of the windows you can see their shadow.
So there definitely was a Mary Snyder. She was from Limekiln, about 4 miles down the road from where I live. And right now, was a student there. Remember the class of 1895 at the Keystone State Normal School, and the predecessor, of course, for Kutztown University. I want to read something. This is interesting. Allentown Democrat, 1895, July 3rd. Headline, Too Much Study Killed Her. Story, too much study has killed Miss Mary Snyder, a member of the class of 1895, who would have been graduated on Wednesday with high honors. She died suddenly that Wednesday morning, the result undoubtedly of overstudy. What? Physicians have given a certificate of inflammation of the brain. She was 22 years old and she died in her dorm room. Interesting way death strikes a minor chord. Miss Mary Snyder, this is from the Allentown Leader, taken ill last evening almost before her classmates knew it, she was a corpse. Another story from the Reading Times. She was a diligent student, overstudy probably caused her death. Overstudy, 1895. They actually printed a story saying that you could die from studying to, well, maybe you could, I don't know. My theory in all of this is I die right now. Boom, I'm gone. I think, and it is medically proven, that part of us, we lose like 1/8 of an ounce of weight when we die. What makes me able to think, speak, see? Where does that go? Well, I contend that it just bursts out there somewhere. That we all become ghosts, and we all leave paranormal deposits, if you want to call it that.